All right, you guys, let's talk about Lil Durk murder for hire trial, which is a high-profile case, trending topic throughout all the blogs. And what they're saying is they're trying to allude that Lil Durk is apparently ratting. He's had some role in playing in telling. Now, let's not wait for the middle of the end of this video, you guys. Let's come together as a collective. I need everybody in YouTube land to hit the like button at the same time. What that does, that makes YouTube take the content, grab it, and in turn, catapulted through the atmosphere being an algorithm. That just helps us to compete with the bigger platforms because we're a smaller platform, but we're growing exponentially thanks to you guys at home. And you guys are helping us, obviously. Now, back to what I was saying, you guys. Listen, the way we're consuming information, news that is, it's not through the conventional channels that we typically get it from. We're not getting it from our local news networks, our Channel 7s, our Fox Newses. We're actually getting it from social media, right? And you have people out there, such as myself also, that are considered journalists. Now, one may speculate, ask, are they qualified to label themselves journalists? Being a journalist obviously comes with some responsibility. Hence, you have a gentleman that goes by the name of TrapLoreRoss. Now, TrapLoreRoss is from across the pond. He's from England. TrapLoreRoss, he's been commentating on this whole trial throughout the whole duration. I'm pretty sure he's going to be all the way to the end. Obviously, this doesn't go without no backlash. He's been releasing information, and one of the first people to release it, painting Lil Durk as a rat, a snitch, a tattletale, right? And like I said, when you're a journalist, it comes with a lot of responsibility. Now, the reason he's saying that is because there's a guy that goes by the name of OTF Vonnie. OTF Vonnie is an OTF member, obviously, and they said that he was a close friend of King Von. Now, OTF Vonnie is seen taking this, I don't know if he took the stand, but he admitted to his role in the murder for hire, in which he said he's responsible for the renting of the vehicles, apparently the ski masks, the flights, and he used his card. Now, this is the kicker. He's saying that Lil Durk he did all this on behalf of Lil Durk, as if Lil Durk is the one that gave the word. Now, this is where Lil Durk is implemented. Now, we're gonna watch a video of Wack 100 speaking on this, whether or not Lil Durk is ratting or not. You guys do me a favor once again. Make sure you guys hit the like button. All right, and let's not wait for the end once again. Let's go into this video.
Lil Durk is a snitch. Nah. Hey, listen, man. It's too many of y'all. Listen, one thing about the exposers. When we call you a rat because you ratted, it's documented, it's right there. Let's get this right. This guy went over here, made a deal with the feds. He made a deal with the feds and said, I did all this and all this and all this and all that. I committed all these acts, whatever they may be, because Lil Durk told me to do it and paid me to do it. This is what he said. He put that out there already. Lil Durk's attorneys simply said, hey, you did all that because you wanted to do all that. Yes, you did all that. How do we know? Because you copped to the federal agents to say you admitting to doing that. He admitted to doing that. So if he admitted to doing that and then followed up with Durk told me and paid me to do it, I did it for Durk. Is Durk not supposed to say, I ain't paid you to do nothing. I don't know about nothing you talking about. You did that because you chose to do that. And the people know you did that not because I told them. It's because you told them. So how you calling Durk a rat? Hey, look, man, some of y'all civilians who ain't never did time, been in no courtrooms and all of that, y'all need to stop talking. Y'all sound crazy, man. Free Durk. Stop the cap.
So, guys, there you have it. Let's talk about it. Okay, OTF Vonnie, he's saying that he was hired by Lil Durk to execute this plan. Now, the question is, did Lil Durk rat? Is that considered rat and is that considered telling? Because Lil Durk is now saying that he's just admitting that Vonnie did it and he had nothing to do with that, placing all the blame on Vonnie, who originally self-admitted that he's the one who executed everything. in the urban community, we have this one size fit all approach when it comes to ratting, right? They say anything outside of let me speak to my lawyer, it might be considered telling, ratting, or giving information, right? Which is the biggest elephant in the room. Now, once again, my question to you guys, is he wrong? He's not the one that brought up any of these factors. It's actually OTF Vonnie who's self-admitting that he executed all these things. The only thing is he's trying to say that Lil Durk paid him to do it. But some people would consider Lil Durk being a rat because he didn't advise his lawyer not to confirm any of OTF Vonnie's claims. And that would thrust him in the category of a rat, which once again, I told you guys, this topic is much needed in our community. It's a one size fit all, and which is really more a detriment to us. It's not really helping us because in the streets we have these vague rules, right? These unwritten rules with not too much detail within them, which thrusts a lot of people who may or may not be innocent into certain categories. And that's a vicious category. Those categories can get you killed. Anybody to consider you a rat, consider you a tattletale, an informant, right? Nobody wants to wear that jacket in the black community or any community. I don't even think even with the white community, even with police, I don't even think police really necessarily amongst the police force. You can't be a rat. You would become a leopard, right? So within any organization, I think all telling, all informing is not welcomed, right? And you'd be considered a rat. You'd be considered a snitch in any regard, in any industry, right? People, and like I said, even with when it comes to the mafia, right? When it comes to police organizations, whether you consider doing something good or bad. Now, let's speak about TrapLoreRoss. TrapLoreRoss, the guy from across the pond. TrapLoreRoss is seen at these different court dates, right? And he's one of the main people spewing out this information. Now he has this new narrative that he's trying to paint Lil Durk as a rat, which obviously doesn't sit well with our community. Being the man, the complexion that he is, it's a big concern as to, once again, is he in our best interest? Does he actually care about our community? And I would think that the proof of being a pudding, judging by his actions, is he doing anything to pour back into the community? Well, in this next clip, we're going to see TrapLoreRoss being approached by this Muslim gentleman. And the gentleman is asking TrapLoreRoss, why did he deliver the information the way he did? Why is he taking this approach? Being a social media influencer, right? You can kind of sway people's public opinion of the man. And you may be putting jackets on Lil Durk that are not warranted. Once again, you guys, make sure you guys hit the like button. Let's go into this next video clip of TrapLoreRoss being approached outside of the courthouse.
On behalf of the Ummah, brother, you made a folly, a fugaboo, where you said that Lil Durk is blaming everything on Vonnie. To the person,
that's
no, listen.
That is what was said.
I
can't do this right now,
no,
bro.
listen. I want you to clear that. No, I need you to clear that up. I need you to,
that's what's said in court, bro.
But no, that's not what's said in court. That's the legal team. Vonnie took. Listen, why are you running, my guy? This is what I'm saying. Vonnie, listen. This is all I'm telling you. Hold on, my Belizean brother. Listen, all I'm saying is Vonnie took accountability and then tried to drag Durk in.
Why did DD's lawyers say that Vonnie is touching with the cartel?
I have no idea. All I'm saying is we don't want you to put the narrative out there that Lil Durk is on the stand or testifying against anybody. You said Durk is blaming it on him.
He is.
He's not. The legal team is saying he has nothing to do with Vonnie except the responsibility for it. Do you understand? Do you understand the difference, sir? Huh? Okay.
Okay, you guys, there you have it. You see the gentleman, he's asking and confronting TrapLoreRoss. Why are you painting this narrative that Lil Durk is taking a stand? Obviously, once again, Lil Durk's counsel, his lawyer, is the one that's doubling down on OTF Vonnie, is the one that executed all these, executed the murder for hire, right? Obviously in his client's best interest, but is that considered ratting on behalf of Lil Durk? OTF Vonnie already admitted to everything. Lil Durk didn't bring nothing to their attention but to say, hey, this man already said it. He's trying to implement me. It's kind of like you against him. Now, in some situations, people are known to rat on each other and disclose information that's not there. But I don't see on Durk's behalf he's disclosing anything other than what OTF Vonnie said in trial, right? He's doubling down on OTF Vonnie, using his information at his release and just saying, take ownership of it. I have nothing to do with it. I didn't greenlight anything. But you guys are determining whether that, once again, that's a vague space. It's a gray area there. Especially it's kind of like is ratting. If you tell on a dead man, is that considered ratting? That all falls in the same category. But nonetheless, let's address Mr. TrapLoreRoss. Now, once again, TrapLoreRoss, I'm not really big on his content. To be quite honest with you, I don't even watch his content like that. The man is from across the pond. So he came here once again with the sole purpose to commentate on our community and things that are actually destroying our community, right? He comes to commentate. I have no problem with you being a so-called journalist, but I'm always questioning, what are you doing to help the community? Because if you're coming here just to report on somebody snitching and you ain't necessarily, you're not gonna bring no money to Chicago. You're not helping the youth. You're not helping them to divert from even taking the street route, right? Programs, charities, speaking events, you know what I mean? Or just balancing out the narrative out there. TrapLoreRoss, you're not from our community, right? And you're not the same complexion. This is not about being racist, but it is about being black, if that makes sense, right? You know a lot of things that we're up against, the CIA putting crack in our community, etc. I don't want to go deep into that. But these are things that you might want to take in consideration when you commentate on our community. Our community is a disenfranchised community. Can we agree? With that being said, I think your approach should be a little bit more compassionate to the people that you're actually reporting on. It's just not a cut dry, shoot from the hip type of situation. It's very dynamic when you're speaking on these situations. And obviously, you didn't have enough time in front of that courthouse to address the gentleman, right? But I don't know for what reason. Maybe because you actually had to get inside the trial, or maybe just made it seem like it was urgent for you to get in there. I can't determine that. But one thing I can say, I would love for you to address some of these questions, right? And your role that you're going to play in this hip-hop community. You came all the way from across the water just to what? To damage the community? What? To confirm some stereotypes? What are you, a psyop? Are you here to destroy hip-hop? What are you doing to pour back into our culture and also our community, which is my concern, right? Once again, you guys, let me know in the comment section how you guys feel about it. Is LilDurk considered ratting? For he's doubling down on something that he didn't mention that. That's something that OTF Vonnie mentioned. He's the one right now in the hot seat. He's the one with all the documents and all the evidence pointing towards him. The credit cards, what have you, debit cards, whatever, bank statements showing that he made these purchases, right? And obviously he's a close friend of King Von. I was told that him and King Von even lived together. That was his best friend. You guys let me know in the comment section, am I wrong? But the big question is, would you consider what LilDurk to be ratting? Would you consider LilDurk a rat because he's just doubling down on some information that was already there? Or do you believe that if you are a street nigga, such as myself, do you believe that you should just keep your mouth shut throughout the whole proceedings? And you got to take into consideration this trial. When you act oblivious and naive to all the evidence, it's kind of a show on your character also, right? At one point, you're going to put your own foot in your mouth. At one point, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot, so to speak, because you're acting like as if you have no awareness of what's going on. And I don't think you could just take this silent approach in this situation. I may be wrong. Once again, you guys let me know in the comment section. All right, you guys. L.O.T.S approved TV. This is the most dangerous platform on God's green earth. Remember, I told you once again. All right, and you guys look forward for the next video. I'm out.